Hello everyone and welcome to Session 3 of the Global Black Feminist Reading Circle. My name is Randie Henderson and I am one of the Black Feminist Reading Circle members of this online group. This session runs from January 20th until June 2nd and includes 2 week-long breaks. Our democratically selected reading material is Harriet A. Washington's book, Medical Apartheid, The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Americans from Colonial Times to the Present. Our book group meets each Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 8 on the Google Plus Hangouts on Air platform. You may find the Global Black Feminist Reader Circle on Google Plus, YouTube, and Facebook, and always feel free to join us in reading our story together.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Black Feminist Reading Circle. My name is Michelle Odom. I'm one of the co-hosts of the circle and I'm located in Brooklyn, New York. I invite you to learn more about the Global Black Feminist Reading Circle at our main page on Google Plus or on our Facebook group page. Or by visiting YouTube, where all of our videos are housed, and there are a lot of them. And this session runs through June 16th, so we are coming on down the road. This session, we are reading Harriet A. Washington's Medical Apartheid, The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Americans from Colonial Times to the Present. And tonight we are on Chapter 14, The Machine Age, African American Martyrs to Surgical Technology. And actually, Randie Henderson is going to be moderating tonight, but she won't be here until about 7. Tell us who you are.
My name is Joel. I'm calling from, hailing you from Charleston, South Carolina. Yes, the infamous North Charleston, South Carolina.
Thank you. And Edwina?
My name is Edwina, and I'm telling you from Utah, the infamous red state of the Mormons and the Navajo Indians.
And you're looking rather cute tonight. And Georgette?
I'm Georgette Moses, and I'm participating from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, and Kim?
Hi, I'm Kim, and I'm calling from New York.
Walker, and I'm joining you from Connecticut. Welcome.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Randie. I was supposed to be moderating tonight, but I hope that everybody is enjoying the questions so far. But my name is Randie, and I'm watching from Atlanta.
Chapter 14, The Machine Age, African American Martyrs to Surgical Technology, tells the story of medical experimentation with artificial hearts, artificial blood, and other surgical instruments, and how African Americans tend not to benefit from this research for which their bodies have been used and abused, often without their knowledge or consent, to the same extent as do white Americans. This chapter focused on the lives of patients at the mercy of a biocorps, doctors and scientists like William Osler Abbott, Hans Zinser, George Gay, and Harry Bailey. The central theme of this chapter was that these corporations, scientists, and doctors alike sought out the use of Black bodies for their experiments, when, if successful, would not benefit Black Americans or be affordable to them. Perhaps the most heart-wrenching aspect of this chapter is that many of the experiments were, of course, unsuccessful. Patients at the mercy of a biocore never survived longer than 2 years, and other black people used by William Osler Abbott, Hans Genzer, George Gay, and Harry Bailey rarely, if ever, received informed consent. These African Americans were also thought of as animals and were coerced by dreams of profit, life, and sleep to engage in dangerous and fatal experiments.
The A biocore device, like the heart, is a softball-sized pump that, like the heart, resides fully within the chest, without any protruding tubes or wires. But a biocore is a machine powered by batteries, and an experimental one at that. Although the cover of the tubes covers a tube's new heart was almost universally positive, many African American news media took a divergent stance, asking whether tubes had been selected for an exceeding risky, untried surgery because he was black, and by implication expendable. However, no media outlets ask another important question. Should self-contained artificial hearts become FDA approved and go on the market with a hefty price tag, will African Americans be able to afford them? Or will they be shut out of the technology that they have helped perfect? Do you even think a self-contained artificial heart is realistic? We know that prosthetics have been known to empower and bless a person's life, but is it possible with such an invasive tool like the heart? C. Do you believe to be true to Washington's ending question, would African Americans be able to afford these hearts? Well, I'm kind of like our moderator in absence there said last week. Randy, kind of remind you of Repo Man, when it comes to these hearts and other organs and stuff like that. Of course, African Americans won't be able to afford it, and a lot of white folk won't be able to afford them either because these companies are all about money. But it's going to be for those who are rich, and if they can get it where you can pay on your heart like a mortgage, where there's money in that problem. And of course, again, African Americans won't be able to afford it even if they paid with buckets of manure. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I've just been working on catching up on my video production this week. And so I was looking again at the piece about the HIV/AIDS medication and, how it started out being super, super expensive. But now, or at the time that Washington was writing, was down to about $140 a year and within everyone's reach. And it was because of international competition and between generics and and brand names that is ultimately what brought the price down. So I don't know how that might apply to artificial hearts, but I thought I'd throw it out there.
Well, and I think that the public, when you look at the FDA and you look at all of the universities that we have, a lot of these drugs, are developed, with taxpayers' money. A lot of these, developments that we have in our country medically are developed in universities, and ultimately, the infrastructure that is paid by the taxpayers through grants, loans, and donations of the people. So I think when these people they come along and they sanction or they say they donated X amount of dollars to this university or something, I think that a lot of times the public is misled by the contributions of these companies. A lot of times these companies are just cherry pickings, and a lot of the times these things need to be in the public domain anyway.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Anybody else on question 2?
Well, I just wanted to interject that this A BioCore started out without FDA approval, and it just seems to me that was very deceptive. How they sort of conned him and his wife Irene into this procedure, this new procedure of replacing his heart with this new technology. And when I read the preface of this chapter, it says cheaper than monkeys, and it just made me think that, it goes back to how they just experiment on Afro Americans because and there's no consequences or repercussions. We're just expendable.
Mhm.